I don't know him from a hole in the wall.
But you feel like you
But he lived in a different world, and he a stand-up dude, and he's certified by my men. And we all fucking with each other like that's a good vibe, man.
Yeah.
You can go sit in another motherfucking town with a bunch of real niggas and, you know, have the luxuries of life. And
In a safe environment.
in a safe environment, yeah.
So what's the
That's
difference
his
between us
thing.
sitting in
His
Harlem
thing is
doing
we
this
not
or
going
doing here?
Yeah, we not
We feel
going
safe.
here.
Feel safe.
Yeah.
We breathing easy.
And don't get it wrong, like, we ain't worrying about going to somewhere and not being right.
But you want to
Niggas
point
cheat.
all the time.
Niggas cheat them, you know what I mean? Like,
No, but it's about, what I'm saying is, in the world that you recreationally be in, you have to be on. That's why you still have the pit bull, Rottweiler, aggressive thing.
yeah.
Because you're still in environments where if you show any weakness, you have to dumb yourself down till they love you.
Yeah.
You know,
But yo,
at the end of the day, you gotta, you know,
I mean, I think you gotta find out if you're about bringing people up and like spreading knowledge. Sometimes you gotta ride that balance of like,
Sue got that same problem too.
you know, being safe, but
So
then
we
also,
outside.
you know, it's a risk when you like me when I go to my neighborhood and I go to these different hoods and I try to talk to these kids and reach out. I know that comes with risks. You know what I'm saying? But those are risks that I'm willing to take. But those are calculated risks. Like you're not gonna catch me sitting on the corner.
But it's not
You know,
recreational.
exactly. You're not gonna, I'm not gonna be hanging out. Like it's all good. Cause I could be a notch in somebody's bill. But something I did, see, when I was a kid.
But you know how I feel? I feel like if I'm coming around people that don't have as much as me, and I'm not in that moment doing something that's gonna help them, or it's about some business, it's hurting them more than it's helping them because they're resenting them.
And that mentality is just dead. I don't know where it comes from.
That's how we're programmed. We're programmed to fight each other when we're successful instead of fight the people that are keeping us unsuccessful.
You know, I had somebody
I mean,
tell
you
me,
find each other when we ain't got shit.
yeah.
Find each other, you know what I'm saying?
You
The
know,
littlest things though. I had somebody tell me they was like, Danny Sue, we love you, but we need you to be here to teach our kids so they can look up and see that it can be done, that you can make it out. You know, and they was like, we know you thorough all the way around. It's just that a lot of thorough men don't survive. Did you get that? A lot of thorough men don't survive. I mean, I know a lot of people that's killers, knockout artists. But if you ask me where they are at today, they're not here. So I never seen a killer walk, ride off into the sunset, rich.
well, can I say this? You know what I mean? The only killer that rides off into the sunset is the person that you know is not a killer. A real killer, everyone thinks he's a nurse. Unless you're doing that, and that's the only, you know what thorough is? Not going to jail or getting killed.
That's the new thorough.
And well, that should be the overall thorough was, because at the end of the day, what is a gangster dream? We're programmed to think a gangster dream is to watch our kid graduate college. Watch our child never have to go through what we go through.
I know. Yeah. A part of that equation that we forget about though, and again, like
My
you can
daughter,
do
the way she's living,
yeah.
the fact that the only gun she has to touch is at a range, that I could teach her how to shoot, but I could talk about my experiences. She could come here and talk and see everything that we went through, so she could walk out and say, "Daddy, I'm going home." When I feel like,
Yeah. Well, you
In my
showing
business.
improving though, and that's the
I'm
thing.
good at
Us as a people though, the way kids learn, even psychologically, the way kids learn is not through what you telling them, it's through what you showing them. That's how they learn. If I tell my son, hey, you know what? Don't be into this gangster shit. Don't do this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling them all this, but then they see me doing it. They see me getting praised for it. They see me being cool, and I'm still in the streets. That's what they gonna look up to. They're not gonna think about what I'm saying. They're gonna think about what they seen.
well,
You know what I'm
let me
saying?
just tell you what I thought was the most gangster. Where you don't have to be there, but you there. So right now we're going through the thing with George Floyd, right?
Yeah.
And
Shout out to the people.
a lot of people have a lot to say. Real enthusiastic, very, very aggressive. They break. Well, my man Kanye came and dropped $2 million. He ain't say a word. What was louder? Breaking the window or dropping that $2 million and making sure his kids go to college? He ain't got to be in the hood to drop that $2 million. He he probably wouldn't be able to drop that 2 million if he was in fucking distracted by the that's going on in the hood. So to me, the best way for him to help the hood was to be in Wyoming and make enough bread to just drop 2, come through on his jet, walk through, not say a word, and get back on his jet. Now, what I want you to see, I want you to know what I'm seeing with my own eyes, right? I'm watching my OG saying I roll out the red carpet, and he feels good when he comes to see me. He's actually celebrating the fact that I may have done something that he didn't do. And the fact that I love him so much that I'm like, I'm not going to feel this without you, boys, because I feel like you helped me get here. Now, I just came from Wyoming, and my man sent the jet for me and had all type of shit I can't talk about. You see the pattern?
Rolled out the red carpet for him.
You see right now? Look at the levels.
Yeah,
Now look at the levels. Now, the way I feel, right there, the way I felt when he sent the jet for me and showed me all the is the way he feel when he just comes, it's relative.
Yeah.
But look how big he is. And look how big he is. Look, this nigga 54. Look at his chest.
Oh, stop blowing my age up.
If I look like that,
I'm about to
when I'm 54,
cut
I'm
the beard
ready.
and get on my young.
Why? Why? If you look at stronger than a young nigga at 54, now, literally, what I asked him, you saw what I asked him before we started, bro. I said, bro, how much you benching right now? Now my goal is to be him at that age. He just set a standard for me. The reason why, if let's say he was here, he said 30 pounds, I'd be like, man, I'm only lifting 30 pounds. Now I got a goal. He's constantly pushing me. And now I know why Kanye needs me around.
I think the important.
You feel me?
I think the
But
important.
look how big we are.
Yeah, but I think.
But look how happy we are about each other's success.
Absolutely.
But that's not the reason why this kind of thing is happening, is because we are happy when we work hard to make someone's life easier and we take advantage and then we kick back.
Yeah. Shout out to Kanye West, man, for holding it down, rolling out the red carpet for his
Always.
OG. You know what I
Always.
mean? Man, honor up to that nigga, man. That's real honor.
The only one, the one that, listen, the one that's the
Any nigga that helped
richest
you
treats
get
me
what
the
you
best.
going, you should always remember that and respect that.
I think the important thing about what y'all saying too is the levels involved. Like you just said, like it's all relative. You got somebody up here that's helping here. You got another person helping here. That's the same thing with this movement for our people. Everybody got different jobs and different levels, and everybody got to recognize where they at within that spectrum and
How
play
about
their
this?
part. You know what I'm saying?
Think about this. In another world, in another life, people paid you for protection, right? To save their life. But you saved my son's life without a gun. I ain't even paid. That's the most gangster shit. No matter all your history, to me the most gangster shit is you saved my son. Without a gun, and I didn't know who you was or what you didn't even see none of those tattoos. You had it covered.
Yeah, I mean that's what I got in this to do.
But that's what I'm saying. The most gangster shit comes in the most peaceful way. Is giving love. That's the shit. You save people better.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the killer niggas I know a lot of niggas, they never had to kill for me.
Yeah.
But I know I saved them from getting killed by the government. Just by paying for their lawyer.
Yeah.
I save a nigga life by paying for a lawyer, man.
Yo, I got this function that I do every year, right? Having up in Harlem. You know what joint I've been doing? It's for my man. It started like 15 years ago. This will be year 15, right? For my man that got killed. And ever since then, niggas been getting killed, family, sisters, brothers. So it's just been growing, getting bigger. And everybody that lose people come out that day and celebrate their lives, man. But one of the main things I try to emphasize, and I stress real hard at the cookout, I make sure I get on the mic. I tell all the men, all the brothers, all the ladies,
They're
yo,
real tough.
bring your sons and your daughters to the cookout so they can link up with my sons and daughters. And we can make it one big family, because at the end of the day, they be the ones going to war with each other, not knowing we all live in the same neighborhood, we all family. They parents wind up being cool with my family, like that. So one of the things I really emphasize is to try to get the young brothers come and meet my kids and his crew and make one big crew, one big family.
And he does it.
This way it won't be no, oh nah, he in our neighborhood. Nah, that's homie. He be that's family. We already, you know what I'm saying? Something that we ain't have in a long time, baby. You know, it be thousands of people, so I figure that's a good way to unite.
But you know what's crazy?
Yo, go over there and introduce yourself. Like I be
But you know what's
seriously.
crazy about him, right? That interview that he had, even the therapy session that we had, right? I forgot something happened, and I guess it was again, I think police violence. Something happened, and I ended up seeing him on Instagram in Brooklyn, talking aggressive but peaceful aggressive, but in another person's neighborhood. And it was when Nipsey got kicked.
Well, yeah, it was initially.
And you know he's a very personal friend of his.
Yeah, that's
Very
his
personal man. That's his man. So he goes out, he felt inspired to go into Brooklyn.
Cognac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he talking like this is my neighborhood, aggressive. And he know niggas got guns and all that. He just, and I'm like, I understand what you're doing, bro. But to me, this the same way Nipsey got killed.
I mean, this the thing.
Yeah.
Well, we in a war. Feel me? We in a war economically. We in a war with the laws. You know what I'm saying? We in wars that got multiple levels. Feel me?
With an invisible enemy.
Yeah. Now this is the thing.
You know the
when
enemy
you in a
we're gonna
war,
have to address it.
when you in a war, this to me discerns the people that's really about the movement and the people that's just on some internet activist shit. All right. This is the thing. When you step into this movement, you know the dangers that come with it. All right. If you look at the history of this country, anything they wanted for, they went out and for it and died for it. Them folks, they dropped their pitchfork. They was like, "Fuck you, Britain. We gonna have our own country." When they said, "Oh, we gonna supposedly free the slaves," you know what I'm saying? What did the South do? They said, "No, you not. We finna go to war." So this is my point to this. My point to that is that in any war, you're gonna have casualties. Now that we're fighting back, best believe they gonna strike back. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be ready for those types of things. It ain't gonna be the last time.
That was what I was saying.
Yeah.
I was saying that he's a strong guy and that he doesn't mind being on the front line. But he's a guy that would be more powerful to me coming in and dropping $2 million and walking away. And I think the exposure that comes with being on the front line sometimes is that good guys end up dead.
Absolutely.
So I'm saying I understand your passion, but sometimes you can do more for the front line by making
From a
money.
distance.
Yeah.
Fall back.
That's what I think that Kanye,
That's what I'm trying to say.
that move that he did.
That's
but,
what I'm trying
but
to
when but no, I agree with you. My thing is that again, there's different levels to the movie. He did his job.
What I'm saying, this man right here and that man right there are really smart, because in the midst of still staying in an environment where people are thinking one way, they still know how to think another. So like what I saw, and the reason why I f with Daniel is because everybody here fucks with Daniel, because we've all been yelled at by Daniel, and he said sorry to everyone.
When I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
But every time he
I respect it.
has accountability. So that's why he said that's just Daniel. And that's why when he was doing it, we were like, that's just Daniel.
When I'm wrong, and if I respect
But-
you,
but-
I'm gonna admit that I'm wrong. There's
But-
nothing wrong with
But
it. You know
the
what I'm
act,
saying?
but that's
Just
what,
understand
but that's
it
what's
sometimes.
different about
No-
Daniel.
Nobody's perfect.
In the moment, he gets caught up in all the regular shit. But when he calmed down, he realized he was wrong. Now, what I don't want to happen is for him to calm down in the coffin or behind bars.
That's deep right there. That's real. That's
real.
That's a
Because his light will
shine
shine.
right there.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
This game of changing people and changing the social times is just as dangerous as being in the street.
Especially when you escape the streets and you go back, that's when you get hurt.
That's what you get hurt.
What
What
is
is was supposed to be, we survived it
Well, it's
already.
people that come from our
We
community.
passed the test.
Yeah. It's people that come
For a
from our,
reason.
it's people that come from our community that look like us, that are who we are, but benefit from the way things are right now. So they don't want to see that change.
Yeah.
So when you step out trying to change, they're gonna strike back. You're like, nah, I don't want to make that change. You know, you gotta be ready for that.
Quarantine.
Yeah,
That's why
like,
what
come
he's
on,
saying
man.
is absolutely correct.
You know what's been with me a lot too, though, bro? Like I was telling niggas earlier, I'm like, I've been through a lot of shit in my life. You know what I mean? seen a lot of shit, man. You too, I know you out here in Cali, LA.
Like,
I know you seen a lot of shit.
I seen it out there too when he did.
My man.
Yeah.
This year right here, this corona shit, this shit was a different type of death. You know
And
what
we
I mean?
plainly say, by the way, and then y'all, you know what I'm
Everybody
saying?
got tested.
Has every test here, we been quarantining, so that's why we did it. But that's why we interrupt. I just wanted to say
No, I
that.
appreciate that, but you know, my point was just to say that, man. This has just been a different type of animal now. I've been used to dealing with the streets, the stick-up kids, the bullies, the con artists, you know, the bitches that set you up. You know, we equipped for all that. Got a keen eye for it, my nigga. This corona shit, man, it's just like, it's only one key, really, that you can really do to kind of, you know, beat this shit.
But Daniel, let me say this.
It's really,
Daniel,
this is a mask up.
Daniel. If you look at the history books, people have gone through Holocaust, Vietnam War. There's been a lot of disruption. We just in our lifetime haven't encountered that.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So what I'm saying is, either way, when you sit there and tell me certain stories, it was way wilder, way more dangerous than Corona.
Yeah. That's
Because all we gotta do is stay home right now,
Yeah.
right? So even though it's nothing we've seen before, it is easy to beat. It's just we're not used to it. Just because something is different
Yeah, of course.
doesn't mean it's devastating. I'm like, this is the war? We're fucking sitting here smoking weed.
Nah, but you ain't looking at the
No, I
body
do want to
count.
know. I am looking at the body
When
count.
this shit first hit, and they had
What I'm
bodies
saying
and
is-
bags stuffing them all in these
No, listen.
trucks and all that they
Listen,
have
listen,
on. I'm
listen.
like, damn.
But that's not
We
what I'm
ain't never
saying.
seen no shit like that.
We,
on the
in
streets.
our lifetime, what do you think it looked like in the Holocaust?
Cemeteries is backed up. You gotta.
What do you think it looked like when niggas was getting hung
niggas have a
yesterday?
funeral.
yeah, true.
Only 5 people could
Wait, what do you
stand.
think it looked like for black? Wait, time out, hold on. What do you think it looked like for black people in the South without IG? When niggas was swinging, no one was saying nothing.
True. Facts.
When we couldn't. You know how much crazier it was back then than it is now?
What, back in the day?
Yeah, you like I said,
We
you
just
can't be
insist.
bitching over this. Niggas went through what? Niggas was slaves.
Nah, but it's just.
Niggas ain't slaves right now. Niggas ain't chained to shackles.
medical
I mean, I think what you saying.
Nah, but I get it, but that's how I compare. But that's what my point is. Listen, narrative. Either you could look at it like that, or you could look at it like this shit is weak compared to all the other shit that people had to go through. This shit ain't nothing. All we gotta do is wear a mask, stay in the house, and we good. If you an idiot, you gonna get sick.
No, it's
Period. And the difference is we don't know.
You know, you're right, but I just disagree with the death numbers.
Now I'm not saying the death numbers. I'm just
That's what I'm
saying.
talking about.
But what I'm saying
There's
is
a lot
this-
of death out here.
No,
man.
what I'm saying is
I'm
in a
talking
war.
about these gates right now, whichever way it is, up or down,
I'm not saying
that
that.
shit is open.
But what I'm
Niggas
saying is they not-
dying at a high
But
rate.
they not bullets.
Spirits is floating around
Yo, you know why
right
niggas
now,
is
going up.
dying?
You know what I mean? We
You know-
healthy, we good, we smoking, we talking.
But you know why
there's a lot of
niggas-
people in these hospitals.
But there's a lot of people in the hospital
Know what I'm
right
saying?
now.
And it ain't no
wait,
cure, though, homie.
wait, hold on. There's a lot of people
But
in the
that's
hospital.
what I'm talking about,
Can I
bro.
say something? There's a lot of people in the hospital right now because they went out and they were told not to. That's what I'm saying.
No, and we had a lot of false information.
I mean,
and
there ain't
all
no
that,
false.
too.
Listen, we.
Remember at first it was like,
I don't
don't wear
care.
masks.
Nah, wait, time out. Well, that's the problem.
It was like, don't
wait,
wear
time out,
masks.
time out.
Even
Now
for
that-
people that work in
this
the
is the issue
hospital.
for me.
We have-
You wait,
we
stop
have
for a
done.
second. Stop for a second. Don't ever blame what somebody else told you what to do on your problem.
Nah, but
I listen, hold on. I don't
Trying
wait
to get the
listen,
technology
let me
from
just
the
talk.
networks,
Nah,
you know,
nah.
you should always
Listen,
do your own
listen.
research.
Let me tell you what I did. And you and I spoke. Before the government said mask, whatever, I stood in the house. I ain't waiting for nobody to tell me what to do. I'm gonna depend on somebody that I know is trying to kill me to tell me what to do. That don't make no sense. Don't listen to them. Listen to you.
My nigga, but you stay in the house anyway.
Nah, but I still, wait, time out. But no, hold on. Let's
A lot
rewind.
of things going on.
Time out.
Stay
You got a nice
busy,
house.
focused.
Time out.
You know what I'm saying?
Time
That's
out.
the thing.
Time out. Now, tell me if this is true or not.
I didn't get money from home.
True, because I figured it
I
out.
nigga gotta go outside
Yo, look.
and make milk. You know what I'm saying?
I architected that. That's not an accident.
Who was beat about the police, right? And the story that they filmed was Tupac, right? Now, you know, he been there for almost 30 years. Feel me? They showed his interview on CNN, and I swear to God, it looked like it could have been filmed yesterday. Like saying the same thing,
Yeah.
different.
20 years
You know, nothing. It's the same. You know, everything is the same. You feel me? What I do like about what's going on right now is that it's bringing attention to it. You feel me? And at the end of the day, you know, these cops are now facing consequences. You know what I'm saying? Different people got something to say. They losing their job. You know what I'm saying? People going to their job like, hey, somebody just posted some racist stuff.
But what I'm saying, the deepness is great. You can ask her, bro, but the deepness is how, like at this time in the world, that's a sign of showing honor to them.
Can I ask a
We
question?
showing honor to niggas that was raping us.
Can I ask a question?
I love it. You can tell therapy. Boy,
It's broken because you know one way
Crazy like, yo, what?
I love it.
Absolutely.
I learned.
Mm-hmm.
I apply.
That's right.
It works better this way. So I always look at the police from a perspective of, I used to be a criminal. So I never was mad at the police as a criminal for their tactics because I was cheating. So to me, like the police were just part of the game. You know, they were police that you knew were dirty, and there were police that you knew were cool. But they were only cool because they were letting me break the law without busting my balls. Pause. So when I approach the police, I look at it from, if I was never a criminal, how I would feel. But sometimes when I hear people that break the law regularly complain about the police, I have less empathy for them. Because I also know they're only having this position to suit their own purpose, to behoove them, to make them these bad guys. But you know, I just don't think you can catch a cheater unless you cheat. And when I'm breaking the law, in their world, I'm cheating. They ain't gonna catch me if they not cheating. So I just feel like what should be accepted and understood by criminals is, because there's been mad criminals I know that be really mad that they get put in jail for something they didn't do. But I'll be like, well, look at all the shit that you did that you didn't get caught for. They just cheated just like you did. They're criminals the same way to get you. To catch a criminal, you gotta be a criminal, bro.
Yeah, but they ain't got to see the pain.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
They
How do you catch a
no
criminal?
consequence.
I'm not.
It's alright to cheat.
That's not what I'm
Fucking us
asking.
up.
No. Don't get it twisted. I am not saying that the police have the right to violate anybody's rights. I'm just asking, like, I've had conversations with deep criminals and said, I don't understand how you mad at the cops for cheating, and we've been cheating for a while. So when you cheating, how do you get mad at other people cheating? Just the criminals.
Well,
Civilians is different.
I'll say this. They could.
I want to hear that. But keep it from just the criminal perspective. Just for, I don't want to hear about civilians. I just want to hear about criminals.
Okay, but these criminals.
Let's talk about criminals.
The criminals are on the clock.
These criminals. Hold on, these criminals. I know a little bit about criminology.
We all know about criminals.
I'm gonna say most of these criminals are starting from the bottom. Okay.
Not my question.
These people, hold on though, it does apply to them, right? They working for the bottom. They've been cheated out of a lot through different things that have happened through the course of history, especially in black folks.
That's
So they start at the bottom.
That's a
Hold on,
justification.
hold on. These people are starting from right here.
That's not the question.
So I feel like we should be able to cheat and get here.
I didn't ask. That's not my question.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not my question. What I asked is, if you're cheating, how do you get mad at anybody else that's cheating? That's all I want to know.
But that's not cheating with their
Nah, it's not.
I know, just with criminals. Just with criminals.
As a criminal, the police, I don't have no offense.
You're breaking the law.
All right, cheating for them and you respect me.
You breaking
when
the
they come
law.
and they send a nigga looking like him and talk just
Nah,
like you.
that's
cheating.
No, that's not. That's playing. That's good strategy.
That's cheating.
No, that's not cheating. You
He's not
cheating.
identifying himself.
That's good cheating.
That's cheating. That's the kind of cheating I can accept as a criminal.
Give me
Like,
a
what
question.
you mean?
Can I ask somebody else
What
a
you mean
question?
by look? You mean this because I'm
Let
like
me ask you.
I don't know.
Let me have
Because
Danny Sue's
I'm
question.
talking about
Let
someone
me get.
who's just like
No,
us.
I'm gonna clarify what I said.
All right.
Someone who's just like us, like who can interact with us.
Oh, that can flip the script.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, this.
That's a good strategy.
No, this is the thing. I respect it. I respect
Not
it.
cheating. If I listen. Hold on, time out. So when the Godfather tried to send Luca Brasi in there as a spy, but he got caught up and got killed, that wasn't cheating, that was a game.
So
He just got caught.
what's cheating to you then?
Nah,
That's not what I asked.
this is
I said,
the
how
thing.
do you expect,
Look, you gotta understand.
how could you be mad when you're cheating and somebody else cheating?
Like, you
reason
cheating,
why I'm
you
saying-
selling drugs, you killing
Yeah.
niggas, you cheating.
Right.
So if you get caught for anything, what he's saying, you should be like, they just caught me, but not for what I did, nigga.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
But
saying,
they
how
cheat
can you
too.
get mad if they cheat
They
and you
cheat
cheat?
too. You know what I mean?
We all cheating when we
They do all
criminals,
type of
not
shit.
the civilians.
You talking about the criminals?
I just said criminals.
Just criminals.
Just straight niggas that's breaking the law every day. My thing was, it was never like they bad people. They just playing the
We
game.
not cheating the same.
Nah, but that ain't even the case.
We're not cheating.
But I'm not justifying it. I'm just asking you a question.
We're not
I think that
cheating.
perspective is the
It's
one
not.
that gets them
If you
jammed
kill a
up.
cop, right?
And the
That's not
devil
wrong.
is
If you
conviction
kill a
is
cop,
not cheating.
Nah, nah,
One at a
nah.
time,
cheating,
one at a
nah.
time, y'all. Let them talk, one at a
Either
time.
you cheated or not. I understand where Dane come from because Dane go through levels. In order to break the levels, you gotta have that type of mentality. Like he's the ultimate hustler, the ultimate gamer, meaning that what he's saying is 100% right.
yeah,
It's, if the cops doing what they doing, you doing what you doing. You cheating, they cheating. Who gives a fuck? May the best man win.
Exactly.
Now, under them terms,
That's
you can
the
take
term.
life on life terms. Just what
That's a
comes with it.
different world.
So either you get your shit up, or you fall the f out, or get locked up, or get killed. However that shit go, because it's not. Oh, he cheated a little bit. That's not cheating. It's either it's cheating or not. The word cheating, that shit is right there,
You know what I
plain as day. So whatever you do in this game, which is being a criminal, if you're a criminal, even if the cops cheat against you, you can't get upset.
Oh,
Criminals
no.
don't got no feelings any way.
That's true. But a criminal
trying to get out of jail.
But a criminal, okay.
But how you really be
But all
feeling mad?
criminals,
Like, you know, you cheating.
but all criminals ain't treated the same.
That's not what I'm saying, bro.
You only hold on. Let me handle it.
I'm just saying.
All
That's
criminals
not what I'm saying.
No, let me tell you. All criminals not treated the
Criminals,
same.
if you
You
break
break
the
the
law,
law,
you
treated
cheat.
how you come. You dig? I done seen a lot of people treat a low man like he wasn't nothing. I done seen a lot of people treat a tall, skinny man like he ain't nothing. The same shit that tall, skinny man did to that big man, and that big man ain't jump on him. I did the same shit, he ain't say shit to me.
Right,
You understand me? So it's a difference. Like people choose their battles.
right.
Me, I don't choose them. Whatever in front of me, I'm gonna knock that shit down. That's what it is. Even if it comes to cheating,
But you really going to the hood a lot when you don't
Yeah.
have to be there.
Yeah, I gotta stop all that because I got a bigger vision. My passion is bigger. They need me breaking accolades and
They need you dropping that 2 million.
You know, I
That's right.
think the only place that we differ in that, right, is that I'm looking at the law enforcement as part of a bigger.
But that's not what I'm talking about. You're not accepting my question.
I am accepting.
You know, I'm only talking about those that are cheating. How could they be mad if anyone else is cheating? How does a cheater get mad when he's cheating?
yeah, you shouldn't be.
But a lot
I
are.
mean, this hard reality right here.
So I think when you're a criminal, you gotta
like,
take the whole
yeah.
voice out of that situation because you cheat. That's what
No,
I'm saying.
I wouldn't say that.
I know, but I do because when I was in the
This
game,
ain't getting recognized.
when I was in the game, I wasn't never
I'm
bad.
trying to see if we doing a hand raise,
Oh,
no
go
questions.
ahead. And James the way
One
he
man at a
and
time.
I appreciate that.
Nah, that's cool.
That's fine.
What I was saying, I had something else on my mind. You know what I mean?
You off my topic.
No, I thought y'all was finished, you know,
I'm
because
just
you
saying
was
about what I had to
talking
say, but I'd like you to add to what I'm saying.
No,
I would like to know
you
your opinion. You do?
You can't be mad at another nigga cheating if you're cheating. That's
You
simple.
can't-
Arithmetic.
Yeah, Todd, you can't be mad at the system. We can be a rage against the system, right? We know technically, when you get upset about the system, what you do, you just gotta be stronger to remake the system your way. Sometimes people fail to do that, so they don't get they just do out of it. You know what I mean? That system is there for a reason because they've been winning that way.
But you know why I know Todd is saying that? Because this strikes a personal note.
Yes, I figured
He
that.
went to jail for something he didn't do.
Yeah, and I didn't tell. Feel what I'm saying?
But don't you feel when you in there that either way they just got you for what you did, but they just doing it different?
Oh yeah, no, but see, the other part of that story is when I went to jail for that, right? I said a prayer, right? And I thanked God for being in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about exactly what you said. I was sitting there like, damn, they over here about to give me 24 life. You feel me? But you know what? Damn, I got away with stuff, Ross. You know? Like I thought about that, and that's where I came to peace with it, and I just put it in God's hands. I'm never mad at the police for doing their job. You get what I'm saying? But I guess just where I'm looking at it, I think it stems. I guess I'm looking at it from like a bigger thing.
And that's
you know
what
what I'm saying?
I knew that
Yeah.
you would.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying keep it to that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But now as a civilian,
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair for cops to cheat people that aren't cheating. I don't think that's fair.
And
I think what happens is cops are so used to cheating to get criminals that when they come across someone that's not cheating, they don't know how to turn that off. And I think that's the therapy that they need to understand.
Well, that's why you got a lot.
But that's what happens. They be treating people that like criminals that aren't, and they end up dead.
Exactly. There you go.
Can I like change the subject from that?
I just know what I said.
No, that was real. That's why I wanted to let it rock.
Appreciate
But I had something else that's been on my mind. Like, I got something that's really been bothering me. Like, and I just want to know what the f is we going through about this police brutality and Black Lives Matter. We done marched. We done voted. We done did all that shit. Get a leader, somebody to just construct. And let's start really putting the system together. As far as like, we fighting back for real now because we see the discrimination on this deep level. You feel me? You see how much discrimination been from penitentiary to the streets, the cops, everybody killing us. The way they feeding us, putting this in our hood, it all been, hold on, homie. It's all been a fucking plan. And now everybody is seeing it. A lot of people's eyes is open to it now. And that's why the rebellion has been like it is. It's not no more just marching. We ready to tear shit up, Bernie, because we seeing the ugliness. And I think a lot of us, like us, we still mad because we never fought. We let them enslave us and all. It's supposed to just been war, bloodshed. We never gave them that. So a lot of these generations right now, a lot of brothers like us, like I'm ready to give them that. Because we've been dying in these streets anyway. And y'all know we be going to war. But we directing it in the wrong place. Let's do it for a real cause. Come together and stop all the bullshit. We need to really make a change for all our people that died in them shits coming over here. You know what I'm saying?
Say this.
Like, it's about our history. I'm gonna let you go. But I ain't finished yet. You know what I mean? I'm emotional about this, and that's why I told y'all this is something I really feel deeply about, and I just wanted to talk about it for a minute, bro. You feel me? I want to know what we gonna do some action, and we ain't gotta go out there fighting and killing. What I'm talking about, because I'm talking though, homie. But why you gonna disrupt what we doing? We got a little system. I'll let you talk. You know what we gonna do, Dane?
Okay, I need you to stop asking that
I'm
question.
serious. What we could do? What we could do about
Let
it?
me answer. We're doing it in this moment. Number
I'm
one,
not talking about
let
us
me
talking.
stop. Let me talk. You've seen me when you walked in. I was talking to principals about education, right?
Yeah, you was, yo.
So I'm doing it.
But our people still out here dying and shit.
You gotta listen.
That's not stopping. We need a real serious cause of action, bro. What I'm talking about.
Wait, no.
Like this
no,
corona
listen.
shit, how niggas start dying and everything changed. I'm talking that type of
I
change.
wasn't finished talking. I wasn't finished talking. You asked for a
I
question.
mean, we come this how
All
we
of that is
come
the
to
problem
say
to me.
everybody jump
I know
in.
what I think the problem is. All this emotion about what we're gonna do and not addressing what we're doing.
What you talking about?
Just let me finish.
Yo, homie,
Let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish.
So
but,
we
you know,
conversate,
it's
let
how
me
we
finish.
do it, though. We
No,
don't
that's how
take
you
turns
do
and
it.
chop it, my
But
nigga.
it's my turn.
All right, good.
So
Take
let
it
me
over.
finish.
Take it.
Thank you. Now, we're on the show. Now, you asked the question, this is the answer. I've assessed the situation. I said, what do we need for revolution? The first thing we need is our own network because we don't have one. So I've done that. The second thing we need is therapy. So we can recognize trauma. Because the things that happen to us, we think it's normal. He thinks how he reacts is normal. It's not.
We're not talking about how.
Question, let me just keep talking. I'm talking about what I'm doing. Therapy is one thing I'm doing because we need it. Education is one thing I'm doing because we need it. Our own platform to make the right people famous and showcase the right people, I'm doing it. I ain't asking no more questions.
All I'm saying is
let me finish.
that's
I'm not
effective.
finished.
But I'm talking about
I'm
right
not-
now.
Taj, I'm not finished.
Something that can bring
Taj,
the people together
Taj,
right now.
I'm not finished.
You talking about a network
Gorilla
and all that? That's cool.
Gorilla now.
Nah, I'm just
Nah,
talking.
nah,
That's
nah,
how we've been talking though.
See, let me finish. So again, I think emotion is wasted. I understand your energy. I just don't think it's productive. I think,
So now you
let me
think my
finish.
energy, what
Let
I'm
me finish.
feeling about,
Let me finish.
we should do something right
Taj,
now as men to make a
Taj,
change.
Taj.
Is
I want a
enough.
point made.
Yeah, I don't think you.
What a point I'm making is what we usually
I'm
do,
asking them, I just
and
want
I'm
to be
going to
clear.
answer. What I hear is a lot of energy, a lot. I've been on Zooms with principals.
But like you said, you know, I go to Brooklyn.
Taj, so we've been talking like
You
this.
understand?
No, that's not how we do that. We
all
changed that
do
now.
that.
Just relax. We've been doing this.
I've been interrupting.
Right, so I've been very conscious of letting everyone talk and not interrupting by doing this. But when you get an impulse, you just gorilla. But I just do this. And then maybe I'll stop. But if I don't, that means I'm not finished. My problem with us is we're always asking, what are we going to do? And we never address what we're doing. And I think instead of having the energy of what we're going to do, I feel like you should bring the energy to look what we're doing. We're changing education. We're changing therapy. Now,
When? Starting the day?
yesterday, 3 days ago, you were here.
He's saying, you know,
You
what
see
we're
me
doing.
doing it.
So tired of you.
There's literally, you see me talking.
I see a lot of changes.
No, wait, hold on.
I see a lot of changes.
See? So then that question of asking only gives people anxiety to me. What makes people feel confident is when you know you're doing something. So instead
That's how
of,
they, that's how
can I
you feel.
finish? See, there you
But
go.
everybody else might
Hello?
like get anxiety.
Hello, I thought we were
There's a
doing
lot
this.
of warriors that
Can I
be ready to
talk?
go.
Can I say
though.
something? Todd, can we agree that when we have
The
something to
homie's
say,
been going for a
it
minute.
don't matter. You go for hours. Can we not can we?
I thought I wasn't there.
Right, but right. But listen,
It ain't gonna
but
work.
can you just have an acknowledgement?
I'm gonna go by it.
But listen.
Go by it.
We've set boundaries that when we want to interrupt, we go like this.
Yeah, no,
But you're not doing that. And you keep saying, this is how we talk, but we're trying to do it different.
Yeah.
So stop saying that, please, and just do that. That's all. Even if you feel like you're talking too
I'll do
much.
that. I'll do that shit too.
And I've been doing it. We've all been doing it, so don't change from that. Just because it makes you feel good, please. My point is, I'm not saying that his energy is wrong. I think he should be directed. Because most black people don't get therapy, when we do get therapy, we're getting it based on data from white people. So we don't get the right therapy. So the way I'm changing things, in this moment, not tomorrow, we've been doing this for a while, is I'm showcasing conversations like these with a therapist that's from where we're from. I don't like the way we're educated because I feel it's educating us to control us. So instead of beefing and what we're gonna do, I meet with 90 principals every fucking week, all week long, and we talk about, number one, the new curriculum, and also making sure every principal is rich, the OSG network. I don't like the way, I think that racism is systematic through religion from the day we're born. We're born looking at a white Jesus.
Yeah.
So I talked to a bishop from the Yah Squad because that's the proper translation of Jesus, it's Yahshua. But the Jesus translation came from Europe and it doesn't really exist. So I talked to a historian like the bishop, Purnell, so he could really tell us real history. I also hear and have seen translations of the Emerald Tablets because I don't like the way history is translated, so I'm also showcasing Billy Carson. So you could also know what the other Dead Sea Scrolls that they didn't tell us, the pages they didn't put in the Bible. Change is investing in the future, in our children, and changing the narrative, the education they get, the religion they get. I even empower senators. I think it's important what I'm saying.
I think no.
I know I'm not done.
No,
I don't care what he's saying.
I feel you.
This is important. This is the problem.
Because this is what we need to focus on, is what we're doing. So we empower senators, the black ones that are fighting laws like Eddie Milton, and congressmen like Andre Carson, so that we can get the laws passed that will help us. So things are being done, and all we have to do is focus on what we have, and we don't have to ask for nothing. We don't have to ask what we gonna do. All we gotta do is focus and do it.
You finished?
I just begun.
Nah, because I've been waiting for him to pause to finish.
Well, you said
Because I'm saying, what I'm saying is all that, I respect that, but listen, hold on, this me and him right now. I respect everything he said, right? But how you know everybody else on this table ain't feeling like, man, they tired of all that, getting online, posting up teachers, and everybody at this table might be ready to make some action.
This is the
far as we, listen to me for a minute now. As far as we taking our money, putting it together, spending our money with one particular source where we homie. Why you worrying about how I'm talking?
Yelling at you.
Word, ain't nobody else
But I
got a
just feel
problem
like
with you talking.
Can I say something? When you talk like
Man,
that,
you f***ing up my whole vibe, man. I'm having a conversation. You talking
when
about?
you yell.
Stop being so nervous, homie.
You're scared.
Nigga. Like,
I
you
want
don't be
to
scared of
hear you. I want to be scared of you.
But everybody can hear me, man.
I'm just learning from you that maybe I
Sound like you just don't like the way I talk or something, my nigga. The fuck is a problem with the way I talk?
It's just not saying nothing.
Come on, I'm expressing myself. It ain't saying nothing to you and don't
I just
listen.
don't want you. I want
My shit is real. I'm asking my mans a question then. Since I can't ask a nigga, I heard you. You want to have principals help out, and you want to do that thing that you doing. What I'm saying is, I want to stop spending our money. I want to pull shit together. I want to make a statement where the whole world feel it, man. We done marched because I feel like yelling.
It makes me feel
But you
bad.
asking me stupid ass questions.
It makes me feel
we
bad.
know this emotional situation. And I'm talking
That's the
emotion.
problem. Too much emotion.
It is not, man. Maybe it's not enough.
It is no emotion.
Nah, man. It's a lot of
Let me ask you
dudes. It's a lot of dudes
Is emotion
that like to have
It is-
action.
it's
They
not-
not with all that talk, man.
Now
It is
it's
not-
not
Emotion is what gets
I
us
don't need
fucked
all
up.
that talk, man.
I think emotion gets us too fucked up.
I got it.
Yeah, but this is a conversation. This is just what it is.
They make plans like that.
I made plenty of plans. You just seen me in Brooklyn. I was talking the same way. Niggas relate to me, homie. I never had a problem about the way I
$2
talk.
million doesn't better.
Fuck 2 million. I
No,
don't
fuck 2 million.
Trying to talk to my
That's where you wrong. That's where you wrong.
I'm not
Don't ever
sending
say
it
fuck
back.
2 million. Don't say that.
Nah, never. You can't.
I'd rather hit 2 million than hear a nigga yell.
Money don't make me.
Nah,
I
I'm
make
not saying
money, my nigga.
money
So
helps
2 million is
people.
nothing.
The
That
money
shit ain't
helps
gonna help
people.
the people right now.
Yes,
that's
it
in the
did
hood.
help. It did help
It helped
people.
him, that family.
That's who needed it.
Okay, I'm talking about my people out here right now,
If
man.
you got money, give it to them. They don't want to hear you talk. They want to hear money.
Let me explain that.
Don't get that.
Go
Let me
ahead, bro.
explain it.
You ain't got to yell. I can hear you, bro.
Check this out.
I'm sorry.
This is what our people need to know, to be honest, right here. You know, your point is valid. Yeah, you got a lot of direction, you ready to go. You know what I mean? He got the mind that's ready to go. You know what I mean? All, whatever Taj got, whatever Blackface got, whatever I got, all of them plans are essential to where we need to, the direction we need to be going in. You know what I mean? Because without dropping that 2 million, that's a big gap that's not being taken care of.
Exactly.
Without your aggression,
The big gap for what? For his family having a funeral?
Not a funeral.
Let me finish.
What
He's
is that?
kids from college, bro.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You got 2 million on. You don't know.
That is all gonna make sense.
But that's just one family.
Let me tell you.
The whole race.
Let me tell you.
Breaking
Let
example.
me tell you that
Is it rules
I'm
or
talking about our whole
It
race.
ain't no rules.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna start.
I just said I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
You said from the beginning it wasn't no rules.
No, we didn't say that. No, come
Homie,
on.
in the beginning
See,
you
now you
said,
break everybody in line.
I don't know what was said.
Keep their hand up. So what? So what? This works.
Let me finish though.
Let's finish.
Y'all being disrespectful.
You're right.
I
I'm
ain't
sorry,
been
Danny.
disrespectful
Danny, I'm
y'all
sorry.
All week now.
Danny, I'm sorry.
Thank you, brother.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
God.
So this is the catch. Every story need to be heard or told. Every movement that each individual or group is doing towards equality is needed. You had the Malcolm X, you had the Martin Luther King.
Right.
Their dreams are still alive today, whether we believe it or not. You know what I mean? Either today you're gonna be Martin Luther King, me, Malcolm X. Now he's gonna be Martin. They both of their agendas, which was our agendas, was both correct agendas. Megan Evans' agenda was perfect. All of them
That
are
was for us to do what we do
yes.
now.
It's like that's what we gotta learn to do now. We gotta learn to look at his vision and let that go. You do your vision. You do your vision. You do yours. You do yours. A piece to the puzzle makes the picture look great once it's all together. So the thing, like the way I'm gonna change the world is, I can get on the front line and do all that, but that's like starting from right here. I got my foot soldiers. Like when I was doing a lot of this other stuff before, I ain't gonna mention it. Somebody told me like, yo, Danny Shoot, what good is having soldiers if you're not gonna use them? And I told him, I said, listen, I'm not gonna see.
Somebody told somebody important to me the same thing when they were doing time for their soldiers.
Yeah, and that's why I told you.
And you doing time for them.
That's why I told him, I said, look, I'm not gonna set you up to do no. I need you out here, because you got a family you gotta take care of. So either you gonna listen to my plan and what we gonna do, so we can achieve what we can't achieve, but we ain't gonna do nothing. They said, we're gonna listen to your plan. Turn around, boom, that man's on. He's taking care of his family. That's my story. I got a lot of people I put on that take care of their families. So what I'm gonna do to take care of my world, which is this black world where we come from. Black is not bad, black is good. You understand? I'm gonna raise, I have a family, have kids, I'm gonna teach them to be strong as ever, whichever direction they go in. Because when they have kids, they're gonna teach them the same thing that I taught them. So now we're gonna have generations of generations on my side of the family. When you see the Griffins, you're gonna know they 100, they solid. You understand?
Because I've been, this is the thing. Everybody pointing this is valid. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said with Martin and Malcolm, you know what I'm saying? They created a balance amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing now. What you're saying is valid, right? I think the biggest issue that y'all having is the timing of things. This is when I started getting like educating myself, all right? Right now, to answer your question, this is my opinion. You feel me? My opinion is we not ready to do what you saying yet. We not ready for it yet.
We're not
You
ready
know what
to
I'm
start
saying?
spending our money.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, as far as, nigga, let's go to the White House with the weapons out. Nigga, we from the
Not
rebel.
that.
That's
I know we not.
We gotta raise your hand, gotta raise your hand, gotta raise your hand.
okay. No, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Hold on.
Here, raise your hand.
I'm not, no, but I'm glad. Hold on.
What is this nigga snitching on stage? The police? But you can't be like telling on a nigga, yo, you're not raising his hand. You're not raising his hand.
Hold on, no, but I'm glad you
Niggas fight for that
clarified that.
sometimes, right? How you got all this sense for
Fuck
that?
that, nigga.
Like,
What?
You not the police.
You gotta back that shit
Yeah.
up.
You're not the
You
police.
know that.
You can't be telling on me. You can't be telling on me. You can't be telling on me.
He's not the police.
Yeah.
Nigga, they need to
Alright, so
show
don't do that. Don't call that man the
They
police.
they own show.
Don't call that man the police. Don't do that to him. Don't make that man the police. That's not the police. He tried to make my man the police.
But ain't none of y'all giving y'all.
He called me a snitch.
I want to know.
Just raise your hand.
Just wrap up on the fight. Like,
I'm giving you
we
my
gotta kill.
Hold on,
Don't do all that.
hold on.
Not with the guns
I
at the White House.
want to finish what I'm
Let's
saying.
finish, man.
Homie, I'm just answering this question.
But I didn't
Man, I'm talking.
Nah, we all
talking about my
We
shit.
all talk.
We spending this whole time while we talking and we is talking. Talk to my man for a minute.
Hold on.
Just go back.
Let's stay.
That would have been funny. That would have been funny, man.
I do think that once we at a certain stage and we mentally right, as a people, we economically doing our thing, this is something that's gonna take a while. I think a lot of us start thinking about this in the wrong sense. Like, I might not be alive to see what I'm working towards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how we gotta think about that. We gotta think about this in long-term range.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? Because that's the problem with us coming from the hood, is that we so used to thinking about right now, surviving right now, that a lot of times it's hard for us to see past next month, next year, tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? No, but I'm saying,
About cheating all that.
this is why I'm
They
explaining.
ready right
Don't
now.
raise your
That's
hand.
why when I'm
That's good.
explaining to
Yeah,
you,
you don't
what I'm
raise your
explaining to you is that you
Until
right.
you get ready.
Why won't you raise his hand?
Nah, both of y'all, but this is the thing though. Both of y'all is absolutely correct. You get what I'm saying? It's just about timing this shit out and looking at it from a perspective.
Can I say what I want to say?
That I'm after him.
My
Look,
My
I'm
point-
just gonna sit over there and
Can you
go like,
stop?
That's it.
We don't need that announcement, bro. The one thing you say is I'm gonna roll up.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
All right, hold on.
I'm understanding. Y'all niggas arguing about
Stop talking for a second. You're not even ready. Raise your hand and say that.
Sick it up, roll up.
Hey, this is right there.
Yeah.
It's your ball. You got the stage, bro.
And it's okay. My only point, in my experience, is when I'm emotional, I make mistakes.
That's
So,
a fact.
when you get emotional,
That's
I
it.
just don't want any mistakes made. So, what he's saying is right. The order's right. So, you know, before a football game, everybody's riled up, but they get riled up after they've studied the play. So, my thing is, let's be very calm and make the play, and then come with the emotion. But we can't have a play. We can't have emotion about what we gonna do. What we gonna do. I'm still talking. I think what I'm saying is, and that was the only thing I was saying. Like in that state of emotion, sometimes you can put a plug in someone's back and they just run into a wall just because, and it doesn't yield. Get the play, and my play is all this stuff mastered, book-wise and everything. Once I have everything I want done in a certain way, then we put the battery, because it's like we got work to sell. But to be like, yo, what work we gonna sell? And when we get it, we gonna get money. But if we don't know what work we selling, to me that energy could become wasted.
But we got work, our money. Stop
Now,
spending
that's
it
the
with
money,
wrong
got money. That's the
people.
wait. Time out, stop. The problem is we don't have. Wait. Stop. You didn't raise his hand. You didn't raise your hand. You didn't raise your hand. You didn't raise your hand.
We do have
You didn't
right
raise your
now.
hand.
We could just do the little things like
This is
spending
the
our
rule,
money
right? See how you
without
do?
force.
Damn,
Like
you
if
listen.
everybody get
You
off
don't
of
listen.
HBO and all that and start fucking with Dangerous Ass Studios. Putting it in a network where it'll work for us.
Right, so that's
See what
what
I'm saying? Spend your money with a source like black people like you and not them. Cause they not doing nothing for us. Homie, I'm good, homie. Stop telling me that you get me higher.
Put this shit on.
Like for real, when you do that gets me hype. Cause my niggas was feeling my vibe and you fucking up the
It's about
flow.
vibe. It's about what yields.
Man, I'm expressing
Worry
something
about
right
vibe
now,
other
bro.
than business,
Let
bro.
me express my feelings,
But your
man.
feelings sometimes.
But why you
Yo,
keep stopping
you
me?
hype.
Is this fair?
I
Ain't nobody else.
just asked him to go
Yeah,
there.
let me thank you, man. They good with me being hype. This motherfucker show me some hype
I don't
shit.
want to be yelled at.
You know what I mean?
Yelling at you.
Some brothers, you need to talk to them so they can understand you. You can't always sit there and say, I want y'all to do this. No, sometimes you gotta reach them, grab the audience, and tell them how you feel, man. And that's the difference for me and you. They can see my true emotions. I got deep feelings with this shit. I'm not just talking about getting online and nah, I'm talking about some shit we can do right now to make a
Hey,
difference.
you see this job I be
You
doing?
know what I mean?
See this emotional.
I'm definitely emotional.
I think that's the problem.
Why? Because I'm emotional about my heritage and where I've been.
No, I understand.
And my family.
Listen to
and
me,
what I
Taj.
do sometimes. The nigga been killing us
The
forever.
problem I'm having.
I'm a
The
warrior.
problem I'm having with him being emotional
It's warrior blood.
is he doesn't care how it affects the people that are watching him be emotional. It
Why
makes
I
me-
don't?
I'm telling you, when you do that, it makes me feel uneasy.
God damn, bro. We from the hood. This is how we talk.
See, that's my point. When
All of us
I
express our
tell you,
emotions.
here's my
Deal
problem.
with it.
See, here's my problem. When I tell him that something bothers me, he just tells me to shut.
What you saying is bothering you. Saying the way I'm talking bothers you. Maybe the way you talking bothering niggas. Niggas going to sleep.
Then I was right.
At least I got niggas emotionally aroused though. You see what I'm saying?
But here-
Niggas is like, yeah, we need to do something. That's what I'm trying to get at. I want to talk about let's start a little plan. We can put in motion.
Listen, but we
Spend this money with your family and stop spending money with the other people.
My
You know what I'm
problem is
saying?
with him is if I tell him something bothers me, he just says it shouldn't.
I'm not talking to you. I don't go left.
That's not fair though. I feel like if he's my man,
If I feel right is
hold on.
better than left, I'm
Listen
gonna
to
go
me.
right.
Taj, let me talk. I'm asking a question. I'm saying this, Taj. I feel like if I tell him, so I'm telling you, this style of talk gives me anxiety. It makes me feel bad. And you're telling me it shouldn't. Maybe you should say, bro, that's my man.
if it makes him feel bad, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do
Then
it.
what you want me to sit and just
I
don't
just
talk?
want, no, I just
Then I
want you,
just
I'm,
don't talk.
all I'm
Have it.
asking you to do is try not to be so aggressive and loud.
My nigga, I'm good. You the one that be getting
You're
me
not
out.
hearing what I'm saying, bro. I'm telling you, I'm your friend. I want to be around you, right? But the reason why I've put myself in a bubble, because that energy gives me anxiety. That's why I'm not in the hood anymore. So whether I'm not a real nigga for that or not, I know what makes me feel bad. So I've been trying to tell you, yo, every time I say all that aggressiveness makes me feel uneasy, I've been trying to escape that. I'm trying to heal from that. And you keep saying, yo, we from the street. You supposed to be all right with me doing this. And you just
I never
don't.
said that. It's just like to me, it seems like you don't like the way I talk. Man.
I'm telling you this. I
That's
don't
the
like.
motherfucking
Bro, I'm
conversation.
telling you.
The way you talking now.
The way you talking, no.
that is just
I
in
like-
general.
listen.
I check it
Listen,
though.
listen,
I don't
listen.
have to be yelling.
I'm just asking. I'm saying this. When you yell or get triggered, that reaction reminds me of things that make me feel uneasy. That's the way I. That's the, why you think I got puppies around here and not Rottweilers. That makes me feel bad. So when you come here, I'm just asking you, when you feel emotional, even though I know you feel emotional,
No, that's real. I never knew that though.
I've been telling you, why you think I don't be around people? It makes me feel crazy.
If you sensitive like that,
I'm sensitive about a lot of things.
I definitely just
It's
fall
a
back.
trigger, not fall back.
It'd
Just
probably
be
be best if I
calm.
don't even conversate that.
Nah,
Yeah, 'cause
I
that's
get it.
me.
Like saying
Can you stop talking? No, I don't want, no. I don't want to hear you now. Please, I'm talking to him. Don't get in it. I just asked him not to get in it. No, I don't want to conversate with him. I want to conversate with my OG. Not my OG's little man, which is what you called him. This is an OG. Now you called him your little man. You called him your little man. So now, but you called him your little man. And I'm asking him not to be in this. I want to talk to you, and he's not respecting that. It says got nothing to do with him. I don't care how you feel. It's about us. Now listen. When that aggression comes, it reminds me of things that I wanted to get away from.
No, I heard you.
So I'm not saying don't be around me. I'm asking, even though your character is to be aggressive, when you're around me, try not to be so aggressive. That's all. Because if you want to communicate something to me, once you start doing that, I don't hear you no more. So now, listen.
So what you telling me is don't be around me.
That's not what I said.
Because I can never stop being me, man.
That's not what I said. You should be able to do that for your friends.
This is me.
So
man.
now listen, what I'm saying is
I don't
this.
always be
Now, I'm gonna say
yelling,
this.
screaming.
Nah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, he get on my nerves sometimes. It seems like, every time I'm talking, niggas feel my energy. I'm
Now,
just
I don't, but I'm saying,
people.
but what I'm saying is,
You know, I
it
sit
doesn't,
back down and let
see,
it
it
go.
went back to you.
But it's like, yeah, but I'm talking for
But
me.
I wasn't done.
You never done.
Nah, cool then. I should be cool with you.
How, man?
Because I'm your man. Let me say something. When people ask me a question, I answer. But when he asks a question, then he describes the question. And I'll be like, dang, you asked the question.
Describe the question.
Yeah, like you asked the question, then you talk for 10 minutes before I can answer. And that's not the way I'm used to talking. When somebody asks me a question, you didn't want a direct answer. They don't want me to hear why they asked the
I
question.
mean, we've been talking
Let me
for
just
like
finish.
years and all that.
I know, but
We
listen.
talking this bubble
Listen.
shit now like that.
Listen, it ain't bubblegum.
It is, man.
Listen.
You act like me and you just start
So you
hooking
know
up.
what? That's making me
But I'm
uncomfortable.
saying, I've been talking to you forever.
Making
Now
me
all of a sudden
uncomfortable.
it's like, I got a big problem the way I talk.
You're not letting me talk.
I'm talking to you. We talking man
You
to
feel
man
like
right
he's yelling
now.
at you right now?
Exactly.
No, I feel like-
yeah, you do.
Hold on. Let me ask you. Do you-
I feel like when I was talking, he was cutting me off. And then he just wouldn't stop.
But you do that too. We do that to each
That's
other.
just
It's
how I feel.
conversation.
But I just want to have a point across. Regardless of how you feel. So like, for example, if you're the type of guy that is just is your nature, to hang out with a lot of niggas, I would tell you, yo, when you come around me, don't bring a lot of niggas. And you're alright with that. But even though you're changing who you are, because you used to being with a lot of niggas, but to be around me, you're adjusting. So what I'm saying is, for my mental health,
I'm not all right with aggression. I've actually
No, I heard you.
let me finish. I've actually architected my life so that I'm sitting by a pool.
To avoid that.
I'm only talking to therapists because I'm trying to avoid aggression because it's my trigger.
I mean, it's my word. Like dogs.
So
on
now
the
all
dog
I'm
is like
asking,
that.
now
You
so
got
what
it,
I'm
bitch.
saying is,
You got it.
when you communicate,
You got it, bro.
can you just calm down?
Homie, check it. You got it, man.
Thank you.
Like for real, man.
But that's what I've been trying to tell you every day since you've been here.
No,
I don't
you got
like
it.
being yelled. I don't like yelling around me because it makes me yell. The reason why I'm around women is because I can't yell at women.
I can't have a real conversation.
Then don't have one. Then don't. I'm just
Then I
telling
shouldn't
you.
be up there because
Nah,
this
then
is
you
how
should
I
be-
voice my opinion.
Nah, but I get that, but that don't make it right.
Rapping.
But again,
Like
what I'm
when he
saying,
was
all right,
over
how
here,
about this? You're
it's
right.
the same shit I
Now,
was
time
doing when
out.
he was over there.
You're right.
You know what
Time
I'm
out.
saying?
Time out. Time out. You are right.
I told the story.
No, time out.
I'm
Time
like,
out.
yo, when the nigga came
Time
through
out.
the pool,
Time
it
out.
was the same energy,
Time
bro.
out. Time out.
You can't tell me that.
But time out. I
I
can't
feel
tell
like
you
I just
that.
won't talk then,
No,
man.
what you can say is this.
I can't talk.
No, listen, I can
Always
respect
be
this.
me.
Listen to me.
Like, I don't feel like I'm
Damn.
yelling or nothing or I'm
But you're not letting me
aggressive.
talk. See, this is what he
I
does.
like to conversate with men. We go
Here
back
comes
and
the-
forth. You say shit, I say
This
shit.
thing,
You say-
No, I'm gonna tell you what the
You know what
solution
I'm
is.
saying?
This is the solution. What you've taught me is intention and boundaries. I'm laying them down. If you're gonna be here and you can't be here without yelling, then you cannot be here. I don't want, listen to me. I don't want people to be emotional. That's not the purpose of me having conversations because that's not what I do. I'm counter emotion unless I have to be emotional. I'm not about, that's what and so I'm saying, if I come to your environment, then I'm signing on to the yelling and everything. I'm down for it. When I go to the hood, that means I'm down for everyone yelling and cool. But when you come in my bubble, you can't make it your house. You gotta adjust to who I am. When I come to your house, I'm signing on to who you are.
This shit just went crazy.
No, it's not crazy left.
Say no more.
It's not left, bro.
Nah, you made your.
I'm just telling you that that's the way I communicate.
Nah, that's cool.
Thank you.
But for that to me means just don't come to your house.
And that's what it means.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And then that's what you gotta do.
Out of respect for you, when you feel
Right.
like that, I won't come to your house at all, man.
Or you should just not be
I can
emotional.
never stop talking the way I talk.
It doesn't make me
If
feel
you the only nigga in the world got a problem with sitting with me talking as men in a conversation,
I think
like
I'm the
everybody
only
else,
one man
then
that
that
can
means
tell
you
you.
shouldn't be talking.
I think I'm the only
No,
one man
nigga,
that
you got a
can
problem with the way I talk, dog.
That's,
What you mean? He's soft, he won't tell the truth?
nah, I didn't say that.
When I leave, he gonna say some other shit like
Nah,
the man
nah, look,
was
see
dead
about-
wrong.
now you got
I'm
something.
asking you, so ask him.
Listen to me.
Do we have a problem with the way I talk?
How about this?
Thank you, man. You talking about
But
your
I
emotional
do.
disrupt.
But
so
it
I'm gonna leave
doesn't
you
matter
alone.
what he
kid.
does, and that's cool.
Like I ain't know that I make your motherfucker.
When you yell, it does. I don't want
to do all that.
When you yell, it does. I don't like all that yelling.
I thought the third
Hey,
thing
you
was
know what? I don't like- Hey,
should I
hey,
have
yo, hey,
bubblegum
you-
shit amongst each other?
I'm
You know what I'm
telling you,
saying?
I don't like the
The
yelling.
third
There you
thing,
go.
I thought the
Nah,
third thing was for nigga to respect how the next
Can you
man
turn
feel.
these
You
cameras out?
know what I mean?
No, don't turn them on.
Everybody
No,
their
because
own
I'm
man,
saying,
dog.
We don't be hold it. That don't matter.
Alright, look.
If you can't take my honest opinion, then I don't care.
Look.
I'm telling you what don't make me feel good. You get nailed. That's crazy.
On some real
I don't
nigga,
give a man. That's
on some real
crazy.
nigga shit, okay?
You should be like, all right,
Let him talk for a minute too. He heard
That
it.
shit's aggravating.
I mean, that's already done. I think I'm on call with you, B. I told you that.
This shit getting
Because you
way
talking that same
You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
So what?
This getting-
That's
this
what you're
shit
talking
getting
about.
way
You
less.
talk
Well,
with
it's
him,
not
you
getting
talk-
less. It is.
That's the same like yesterday.
He's reacting left.
Yo, everybody
Everybody
y'all
letting
asked
me
up.
I'm just keeping it real.
Because this shit
Like, I'm trying to talk.
This should be between.
Yeah, I'm saying that he been talking.
That's why I told the nigga me and
Listen,
him
and
need
you
to
been
talk,
talking too.
man.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't said a shit. And the reason why I ain't been saying shit, because I'm trying to let y'all say what y'all want to feel. You know what I'm saying? But to keep it all the way real, neither one of y'all is listening to each other. Now y'all can think what y'all want to think. But I'm telling y'all what's happening. Y'all not listening to each other. You know what I'm saying? Dane, you same with you, bro. Like, because this is the thing, I'm gonna keep it 100. You said a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? And it was valid. You know what I'm saying? You valid about what you're saying. This your shit. You know what I'm saying? And niggas need to respect that. I'm totally agreeing with that. Okay? I think he was telling you on the flip side of that. I feel like he was telling you right now, like, yo, I'm gonna respect that.
Okay, I won't come around.
No. But that was after the fact. So
After
this
what
might
fact?
after he said it the first time. And I
Let
accept
him
it.
talk,
Hold
man.
on.
Why are you telling me that?
Hold on.
Because I said let him talk.
You yelling at me.
Hold on.
That's what I want.
Don't ask me why I'm telling you that.
So I want to hear it.
Listen. All right.
You too aggressive.
You don't never let him in.
Y'all both fighting over respect.
I'm not fighting
right
anything. I don't want to be yelled at.
I know, I get that. No, I get that.
Keep
I'm
yelling.
talking about the dynamics of how the conversation going between
I'm not
y'all.
gonna yell.
Because this is going on between y'all. It ain't going on between nobody else.
Yes, he yells at everybody.
No, but I'm
Yelling
saying.
at everybody.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's
not my
Daniel.
point.
That's what you say.
That's not my point though.
You all know Daniel yells at
I'll yell
everybody.
at town.
What I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he don't know. He only know nigga 10 minutes, man. Not that long.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.